This is question number 8 from the 2.8 MyLab Math homework that dealt with displaying data with graphs. So we're given a two-way table here and we're being asked some questions about it. And then later it's going to ask us to connect this information from the two-way table into a pie chart. We're going to display the information as a pie chart. So first let's read our problem. A total of 645 American adults responded to a survey about their income, class, and their general health level. The table to the right summarizes their responses. Okay, so 645 American adults were surveyed. I can see that here in the total of this two-way table. And we're describing their general health as either excellent in this column or poor in this column. Two extremes, right? And then their income is either upper level or lower level. Again, two extremes, no middle income there, or no middle of the road for health. But these are our options we have. And question A is asking what percent of the lower income adults have excellent health? So let's use our template. So we're being asked what percent of, we don't know, so I'm going to put an X there, of who? Of the lower income adults. So that's my reference value, is just the lower income adults. So I'm only going to look at lower income. I'm only going to look at adults in this row, but then I'm going to focus in on the lower income adults that have excellent health. So there's lower income adults with excellent health and with poor health. We're going to focus in on excellent health. So excellent, so have excellent health. Okay. So since I'm only zooming in on lower income, this is my reference. I'm referencing 385 adults in the survey who had lower income, and 135 of those adults had excellent health. So once we have that template set up, we can set up our equation and just solve the equation to find that percent. I'm just going to divide both sides by 385. So 135 out of the 385 low-income adults would give us a percent of, okay, wait, let's see. We're being asked to round to the nearest tenth of a percent. So I need to change my decimal to a percent first and then round to the 10th, which is one decimal place. So I'm going to enter 35.1% into my math lab for part A. So 35.1% of lower income adults have excellent health. Okay, and then you would continue this for parts B and C. So let's do B. What percent of who? What percent of the upper income adults? So now I'm just going to focus on all these upper income adults. So that's 260 upper income adults. Okay, and then we're going to focus on those upper income adults that happen to have excellent health, and that would be 201. And now when we do the math for this, you can set up your equation. You're going to end up doing 201 divided by 260. And when I do that, I get the decimal approximately, I'm going to have to round here, 0.77307. But again, move your decimal first to create that percent, then round to one decimal place. So I'm going to enter 77.3% in for part B, 77.3% of upper income adults have excellent health. And then there's one more here. Part C wants to know what percent of what? So what percent of adults with excellent health? So now we're just focusing in on this column. These are all the adults with excellent health. Some of them have upper income status, some of them have lower income, but there's 336 total. And then from all of those with excellent health, we're only considering lower income. So the lower income, 135. Okay, so when you set up all your math over there, we'll end up doing 135 divided by 336. Okay, 336. And that's going to give us approximately 40.2%. Okay, so we found different percentages by reading our two-way table very carefully. Now what my math lab is asking us to do is, pop over here, is to connect our previous answers to a pie chart. Okay, So part D is asking us to choose the best pie chart for the quantity above from part B. So part B, we got that over 75%, 77.3% of the upper income adults had excellent health. So I just have to choose between these pie charts and see which one best represents, a little more than 75%. And I'm thinking back to my benchmark percents here. So with my benchmark percents, half would be 50%. If I broke it into quarters, it would be 25%. Okay, so if I add 3 of those quarters, that'd be 75%. So 75% would look like this. And see how number 1 is just a little bit more than what 75% would look like? So 77% seems pretty reasonable for that graph. So I think that chart number 1 is a better representation of information from part B. But now we have to find the title and figure out what the slices are representing. So the title is always going to refer to your whole, your reference. Who are you referencing? So we were referencing upper income adults only. So my title is going to be upper income adults. Okay, so this circle, everyone in this circle, how many upper income adults were there? There were, so let's come back over here. We're just going to look at upper income adults. There were 260. So there's 260 people in this circle, 260 people total in the circle. Some of them had excellent health and some of them had poor health. So we were calculating in B the excellent health. So that's 77%. That's 77.3%. Those were the upper income that had excellent health. Those were the 201 out of the 260 total. So by default, the other section would be poor health. So this section over here would be my poor health. And my title might even be a little bit more detailed. Maybe instead of just saying upper income adults, maybe health of upper income adults, or something to that effect. Now we'll have some answer choices to choose from on my Math Hub, but on your test, you won't have multiple choice. So make sure when you're doing your homework, you try to title it yourself and label everything yourself, and then go to the multiple choice and see which matches your answer the best. It's too easy with multiple choice to do like process of elimination and eventually get the right answer and really have no idea why. So make sure you're answering the question on your own, then go to the answer choices. So let's look at our answer choices over here. Okay, so the best answer choice would just be D, adults with upper income, because the entire circle are adults with upper income, and we've split them up into 2 categories, either poor health or excellent health. And then for F, choose the best label for slice 1. Slice 1 was the smaller one, the smaller percentage, that was poor health. So that would be the upper income adults who happen to have poor health. Okay, so a lot of the big key to these problems is to read carefully and think about these benchmark percents to kind of help you eyeball things. And always think what is your reference. Anytime you're dealing with percentages, it's a referential number. What are you referencing? A percent of what? And that percentage is what's representing this whole circle. The reference is the whole circle. And then you're breaking that referenced amount into subgroups there. In this case, my whole circle was upper income adults. That was my reference. That was the group I was focusing in on. And then I separated them into subgroups, poor health or excellent health. Okay, so your My Math Hub question will have different numbers, but the process will be the same. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me or come to office hours and we can talk it out.